Hi, I'm Rebecca Malone with Malone Hatley PC. Today we're talking about how to prove adultery in your divorce case. We get a frequently asked question all the time. You have a spouse that you know is doing something wrong, but how can you actually prove it when you get to court? The first thing to know about proving an adultery case in Virginia is that it has a higher burden of proof than any other ground for divorce. You have to show that there's been adultery by clear and convincing evidence, which is a much higher standard than any other cause for divorce. The first place to look for proof of an adulterous affair is probably going to be through phone records, email communications, and even bank statements. If you can show that there are spending patterns that are happening that are outside the usual, that are in different locations, that might help prove that there's an adulterous activity going on. The next source of information may be to take a deposition of your spouse or to even subpoena their paramour in to take testimony from them as well. If they admit to the affair, that's going to be really solid evidence to prove your adultery case. A lot of the time, clients will hire investigators and think that that's going to be the key to proving their adultery case. However, we very rarely recommend using an investigator. Usually the expense associated is not worth what it ends up presenting at trial. An investigator can only show where your spouse has been, not necessarily what they were doing. If you're considering pursuing an adultery case, it's time to talk to an attorney. Our office does a free initial consultation, and we can answer all of your questions about your adultery case and whether or not it's going to be worthwhile to pursue.